Hey there, I want to thank you so much for stopping by, and I have a question for you. Have you ever set a goal that you didn't achieve? Now, hopefully you're nodding your head yes, I know I have. And sometimes what happens for people, especially at the beginning of the year, they set all these goals, they're going to make all these changes, these resolutions, and either a few weeks in or a few days or even a few hours in, what seemed like a good idea is suddenly feeling really hard. And you're meant for more. I know many of you are playing small and you're capable of more than you're actually doing. And your life is meant to be a combination of progress and passion and just joy. And if you're not moving forward, how are you really going to feel fulfilled? So in this training, I want to talk to you about what happens when you set a goal and you're in that place of decision where you say, you know what? I don't know if I can really do this. And my tips and questions for you in terms of keeping on going so you can achieve what you're meant to achieve. So the first thing that I want to discuss is this. Why did you set the goal in the first place? I used to be 200 pounds and I was a women's size 18X. And I remember all the time I'd set this goal. I want to be a size 10. That was my goal size. And I would set the goal and then things would come up and old programs would start to come to the surface. And I'd find myself reverting to the old patterns that kept me at 200 pounds in the first place. And so I had to get clear about why I had set the goal. Why did I want to be a size 10? What did that mean to me? And slowly and surely, the weight began to come off. I began to live into that goal. I had to change my habits, obviously. I had to change my beliefs, but I got there. If you've set a goal for yourself, whether it's financial, it's a relationship goal, it's a health goal, just anchor yourself. Why did you set it? What made you, and maybe it was alcohol, maybe you're having a cocktail, you're like, oh, this seems like a good idea, but why did that surface? Why is it for you? And take some time and journal on that and reconnect. The next thing I want to ask you is this: is anyone in your life suffering because you're not achieving this goal? So perhaps you have a child who has some special needs and they need some education that's different, or maybe you have a child who's gifted and they're not going to the school they need to go to. We have both those extremes in our house. And the thing I'll say to you is when I'm playing small, when I'm not producing, my children suffer. When I'm not living into my schedule, my children suffer. And so there is always collateral damage, my friends, when we aren't achieving our goals. And if you think, well, I'm the only one who's suffering because I'm not my healthy weight, the answer is wrong. If you think you're the only one suffering because you're not making the money that you need to support the people you love, then yes, you're wrong. It's not about you. Who else is suffering because you're playing small? The next one, how will it feel if 1 year from today, you're in the exact same place? That one just, every single time it gets me. And I'll ask myself, I'll be like, Susan, 1 year from now, if I'm in the exact same place that I was before in this area of my life, how am I going to feel? The answer is usually awful, frustrated. And so that's why you want to have an accountability partner, and that person is the person in the mirror who's going to hold you accountable to finishing in a different place. The next thing is about habits. So what habits do you need to create in order to live into your goal? So maybe it's the habit of getting more sleep. Maybe it's the habit of drinking more water, getting more exercise, saving more money, making more sales calls, whatever it is for you, being in the habit of having a date night, whatever it is, write out those list of habits and start to live into them. And the last question is this: what environment do you need to create in order to support your goals? So I have students in my Organize Your Life program, and some of them have health goals. And so in week number 1, they go through and they start clearing their cupboards of any junk and they organize their whole kitchen so it just feels good. I have other students and their goal is relationships. So they clean up their bedroom, they organize things. My other students, they want to make more money, they clean up their home office, but you need a supportive environment. It isn't necessarily about people to support you, it's about the environment around you, that particular landscape. The last thing I want to share with you is this: There are seasons in our life when we're going for our goals, and there are seasons in our life when we're enjoying the fruits of our labor. And I want to encourage you as you watch this to just do more and be more and live more, because as long as there are people suffering in this world, it means we're not doing enough. I would love to connect with you. My book, Organize Your Life, is available on Amazon.com. I would encourage you to buy it. Leave me a heartfelt review. The next way you can connect with me is on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook. So with that, God bless. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.